Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing part 2 of 12 writing myths I hate. If you haven't watched part 1, I'll link it up here above. So as I said in that video, you might want to go watch that first if you haven't watched this one, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. You can watch this one first and then go watch that one. But as I said in part 1 of the video, I am talking about the myths that people believe about writing and about writers and writing in itself. And so without further ado, let's just get into it. Okay, number 1, you must write every single day. I know Stephen King does this every single day. He writes, even Christmas, New Year's, every single day. But if you do not write every single day, it does not mean that you are not an author. It is good not to miss too many days, because then they say that writing is like a muscle, and if you're not working the muscle, it doesn't work properly. So it can actually be detrimental to you, but you don't have to write every day. I mean, some of us have other things that we have to do. So don't feel bad if you don't write every day. 2, you must write first thing in the morning. Now, I've been told this for different things. You must get up first thing in the morning. I am not a morning person at all. I'm a night owl, so I work best at night. So if you are one of those people, or if you work best in the afternoon or whenever, then do what works best for you. If you're a morning person, have fun, wake up early in the morning and you can write in the morning, but I'm not going to, because I might bite someone. Number 3, you have to write beautiful prose. Now, this is one of the things that make people think that they can't be writers, because they think that they have to write all these beautiful things. You have to, even if you talk to people, you have to always have all these beautiful things that you're saying. And it actually gives a lot of writers imposter syndrome, because they're not like that. And you don't have to. You don't have to have this beautiful literary explosion happening. You can just write, because there's some people that actually just write like reading just normal straightforward books. So you just be you. 4, you must have perfect grammar and spelling. It does help, obviously, to have a firm grip of spelling and grammar, but I mean, spelling, we've got spell check now, which helps with that. But you should have a sound grasp of grammar, just to help you and also help your editor, so that they don't have so much work to do when they get your manuscript. But if you are someone that struggles with it, then that is when you can use your editor to help you, because it doesn't mean that you can't be a writer because you struggle with grammar or spelling. It just means that you're going to have a lot more help from an editor with that. So don't feel bad if you're not good at it. Just still write. Don't let that stop you. Number 5, you must have a Master of Fine Arts degree to become a writer. This is also nonsense. In fact, sometimes I've heard that it's actually to a detriment of you to have that as a writer, because then you follow too many strict rules and then your writing becomes boring. I'm not saying that happens all the time, but I have heard that some writers have struggled with that. They've actually had to learn to unlearn some of the rules that they learned in order to write. You don't have to have a degree in it. You can just write. If you have an imagination for stories, then just write them. It's that simple. Number 6, you don't need to read in order to write. Yes, that's not true. Good writers are good readers, especially if you are reading in the genre that you write, because it actually helps you know what other people are doing to gain, like what other people are doing in your genre, what is popular, what's not popular, and it just gives you a little bit of insight to see like what other people are doing. You know, you're not going to copy them, because that's plagiarism, but it just helps to see from someone else that is in the same genre as you. Obviously, you don't only have to read in the genre that you write, because like me, I write chick lit, but I love fantasy, and vampires and stuff. So I also read chick lit, but I don't only read chick lit. But I mean, it will help you to read that. It just makes you better at what you're doing. Number 7, you need to write in order. So that means you start at the start and you finish at the end. This is also nonsense, like I said in another video that I did. Can't remember which one. Oh, the weird habits of authors, which I'll link up here if you want to go and watch that. But you don't have to write at the beginning. If you are someone that likes to jump around because you get bored if you write from the beginning to the end, then do that. If you want to jump around like chapter here and chapter there and then whatever, it's up to you. Whatever works for you is what you do. So you do not have to write in order. But if you're someone like me that will get very confused if you write all over the place, then obviously you're going to write in order, but it's not a have to. Number 8, you must be traditionally published to be an author. Also nonsense. Charles Dickens was self-published as well, and so are many other authors that are doing very well for themselves. And that does not mean that you should shy away from traditional publishing. I've done quite a few different things on traditional publishing and self-publishing. If I find them, I'll link them below, or I'll put them up here if it's a video. If you're traditionally published, you're an author. If you self-publish, you're also an author. It doesn't matter which one you are doing. It doesn't mean that you are not an author if you are self-published. I mean, there are a lot of us out there. We actually choose to go that way instead of traditional publishing. Number 9, a bad draft means that you're a bad writer. Everyone has bad drafts. I can tell you, if it's your first time writing, or if you are new to writing and it's even your 3rd or 4th or 5th time, you will most likely have a first bad draft, because I mean, it's the first time, you're still getting used to the things, you know. Only when you are an experienced writer do you really start not having bad drafts. So don't feel bad if you have bad drafts, because that's what editing is for. That is what line editing is for, what proofreading is for. That's what you're going to be doing afterwards. You'll be doing your first draft and then you'll be doing the stuff afterwards. So don't feel bad about that. It doesn't mean that you're a bad writer. 10, my book will sell itself if it's good. This is something that a lot of authors think, and it's not true. And it's actually sad to see it, because some of them have very good books and then they don't try and sell it at all. Even the traditionally published people, they think, oh, you know, they're traditionally published, they've got someone doing all that work for them. But you have to sell yourself. Even like I know, I watch a lot of traditionally published authors on Authortube, and all of them are selling their books as well, not just leaving it up to their publisher. You cannot just leave it up to your publisher, and if you're self-published, you definitely can't leave it up just to like an algorithm. You have to do it yourself. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to make money with your writing. 11, you need to be original. This is something I've heard a few times. I hate to tell you this, but everything has been done before. Everything has been done before, but it has not been done from your point of view. That means that you might write a vampire novel, but it will be completely different from another vampire novel, because it's from your point of view. And people will read it. I mean, I've read so many vampire novels that it's coming out of my ears, but I will still carry on reading them, because they are all different, because they are from all different writers. And that is just how it is. I mean, the same with chick lit. Something might have been done before, but it's not from that person's point of view. So you need to not let people talk you out of writing something that is not original because of the fact that it's not original. And 12, you need to know all of the rules before starting with writing. That's also nonsense, because you'll never start then, because there are quite a few different rules and you will learn it as you go along. You might not know it in your first draft, but by your last draft, you will definitely know most of those rules. So just start writing. Just write. You don't need to know all the rules. Just to get it on paper or on your computer, however you write. Just write. And then from there, you can teach yourself. I mean, Authortube, Google, there are many wonderful ways where you can find information from all these different authors that actually give a lot of information out on how to do different things, what the different rules are. I mean, there are so many that I watch. I watch Alexa Don, Abby Emmons, Jenna Mordecai, I don't know. What I'll do is I'll link them all in the description block below. Go and check them out, and you will see that there's a lot of information out there that will help you along in your author journey. But don't first go and do all of that, because your story might be lost after that. Get the story on paper first, or get it down, and then you can go and learn all the things that you need to learn as you go along with your editing process. So thank you for watching and being a part of this community. If you liked the video, if you can please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, if you can please do so by clicking the subscription block below. It shows support for my channel, which I really do appreciate. And all of my social media will also be in the description block below, including my blog, which is where you'll find more content from me. And if you go to www.patreon.com/Ondeane, you'll also find more content from me, and it's also the best place for you to support what I do on this channel and also what I do on my blog. So I hope that you have a lovely day further. Enjoy your moments. Goodbye.